Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to the temple for Shabbat morning services. We're glad you could join us in this virtual Shabbat experience. If you have a copy of our prayer book, Mishkan Tefillah, with you at home, you can follow along with our readings. We'll be announcing the page numbers. If you don't, you'll find in the description section of our YouTube stream the flip book of the Mishkan Tefillah, which you can perhaps put on a separate device. Or you could just decide to settle into Shabbat, to sit back, to settle in, and share the Shabbat service together in your heart. May the words of our prayers and the readings that we share, may the wisdom of Torah enter our hearts and our homes with the blessing of Shabbat peace. We begin with Hine Ma Tov, which can be found on page 10, how good it is and how pleasant when brothers and sisters can dwell together as one.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לי 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 לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Prayer for trying times. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we're hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we're too proud for the soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we're too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We're supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we're too weak for the meeting. We are loved by an unending love, embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, and the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We turn to page 172 for Ma Tov.
מה טובו, אוהלך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל.
And we rise as we turn to page 195 for the Baruch. אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל, המאיר לארץ ולדרים עליה ברחמים, ובטובו מחדש בכל יום תמיד מעשה וראשית. מה רבו מעשיך אדוני, כולם בחוכמה עשית, מלאה הארץ קנייניך. תתברך אדוני אלוהינו, על שבח מעשה ידיך, ועל מאורי אור שעשית יפארו חסלה. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני, יוצר המאורות. And we read together. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold. a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch Ata Adonai, Yotzer Hameorot. We turn to the calling of the Shema on page 200.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
We turn to page 203 and we read together. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to live no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi kamocha baili Madonai. Mi kamocha nedar bakodesh. Nara tehilot osefele. Osefele. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la 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 la.
We rise for the tefillah on page 205.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Source of all being, we turn to you as did our people in ancient days. They beheld you in the heavens, they felt you in their hearts, they sought you in their lives. Their quest is ours. Help us to see the wonder of being. Give us the courage to search for truth. Teach us the path to a better life. So shall we, by our lives and our labors, bring nearer the world we envision, one of justice, freedom, and peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. And we read together. You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In the house of the Eternal, I found my questions waiting to be posed. They filled me with wonder. Sit with me, eternal teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your door, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, ויקרא זה זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכינו, הוא מושיענו, הוא ישמיענו. Adonai le'olam, Elohayich Zion, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations, we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated as we turn to sing together Yismechu.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישביעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו, רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. חינות ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה למעשה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה למעשה וראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
We turn now to page 238 for the blessing of Modim, We thank God and praise God for the miracles that happens to us every day. And we read together, we acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one, whose mercies never end, O compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch ata Adonai, atov shimcha, ulecha na'eh leodot. And we turn back to page 216 to sing together Sim Shalom.
Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Chin v'chesed v'rachamim. Chin v'chesed v'rachamim. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Alinu v'al kol Yisrael. Alinu v'al kol Yisrael. Amecha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova uvracha.
This time especially, we need more than ever the help of our God to find courage and healing and strength in our lives. We sing together with our friends, with our families, with our community, hoping and praying to find courage, health, and strength. The Misha Berach is on page 253.
מקור הברכה bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Berach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We continue now on page 244 with Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah.
In kamocha Elohim Adonai, in kimasecha malchutecha malchut olamim, umemshaltecha mikol dor vador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imo li'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitin, Adonai yivarich itamo v'shalom. Adonai yivarich itamo v'shalom.
Please join me in the Shema, page 248. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, Adonai is great, holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, Hagibura, Hadivirit, Hanitza, Hahon. Kikol bashamayim uvaretz, Kikol bashamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, v'hamitnasi lekol lerosh.
This week's Torah portion is called Vayakhel, and we're pleased to have Sarah Yaman come and read for us.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher bachar banu mikol hamim, V'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Vayachel Moshe et kol adat b'nei Yisrael vayomer aleichem ele hadvarim asher tziva Adonai lasot otam sheshet yamim taseh melacha vayom hashvi'i yeh lachem kodesh Shabbat Shabbaton l'Adonai Kol ha'osevo malacha yumat lo tavru eish b'chol moshvotechem b'yom ha'shabbat. Vayomer Moshe el kol adat b'nei Yisrael lemor ze hadavar asher tziva Adonai lemor kechu meitchem teruma l'Adonai kol nediv livo yevieha et terumat Adonai zahava chesed unechoshet Utechelet v'yargaman v'tolat shani v'sheish ve'izim.
We're reading chapter 35, verses 1 through 6. Moses then convoked the whole Israelite community and said to them, "These are the things that the Lord has commanded you to do. On 6 days work may be done, but on the 7th day you shall have a Sabbath of complete rest, holy to Adonai. Whoever does any work on it shall be put to death. You shall kindle no fire throughout your settlements on the Sabbath day." Moses said further to the whole community of Israelites, "This is what Adonai has commanded. Take from among your gifts to Adonai. Everyone whose heart so moves him shall bring them. Gifts for Adonai, gold, silver, and copper, blue, purple, and crimson yarns, fine linen, and goat's hair."
Close your eyes for a moment. Go ahead. You've been staring at the computer screen for much too long already. Go ahead. Close your eyes. This is an exercise, by the way, that I would never try on a Friday night, for fear that after long days of work and looming promise of Shabbat rest, you might fall asleep on me. But in the light of morning, let's give this a try. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the following scene. 600,000 Jews are encamped at the foot of Mount Sinai. Smoke swirls about the volcanic peak. An air of awe and wonder permeates the place. One after another, the children of Israel come forward bearing gifts for their God. The Midrash tells us they brought earrings of gold and bracelets of silver and brilliant jewels. For their leaders, they brought tunics of fine cloth and embroidery. One by one, they step forward to bring their gifts until the line stretches out to the horizon. All this for Moses' single, simple request. Take from among you gifts. Everyone whose heart is moved shall bring them. Gifts for Adonai, gold, silver, and copper. The bringing of voluntary gifts to build the tabernacle, a sacred place of assembly in the wilderness, is the central theme of this week's double portion, Vayakel Pekudei. Okay, now you can open your eyes. I hope you kept them quiet. But keep clearly before your eyes this beautiful image, a community working together to build something greater than themselves. It's a binding image, an image of our first task together in the making of our common faith. It's a wondrous thing, what we can build together in common cause, in common faith. Together, there is quite literally nothing we cannot overcome. This is the very last portion of the book of Exodus, and as we complete it, there's a custom to say these words, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. In fact, we say these words as we complete each of the 5 books of the Torah. And if you're waiting for me to translate them, well, there's a story there to tell as well. Usually, these words are simply understood as, congratulations, mazel tov, you finished the book. But they actually have a more profound meaning than just that. Literally, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek can be translated to mean either be strong, and we shall be encouraged, or be strong, and we'll make an effort. Either way, it's sort of a pep talk as we finish one book and start on the journey to complete the next. Be strong, don't worry, we'll get there. But here's the thing, we never actually get there. If by there we mean reaching the Torah's end. We never actually get to the end of the reading of the Torah. We just keep reading book after book, saying chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek at the end of every book, and then we start again. And when we look at these endings more carefully, the endings of each of the books of the Torah, we find that they're not actually endings at all. With the end of each book of the Torah, we're at the same time beginning the next saga in the story of the Jewish people. Genesis, for instance, concludes with the death of Joseph. But Joseph's death marks the beginning of our slavery and the story of Exodus from Egypt. Exodus ends here in our Torah portion as we complete the building of the tabernacle, a moment which marks the beginning of the sacrificial system, which occupies the entire next book of the Torah, Leviticus. Leviticus and Numbers end with laws of tithing, which will have to wait until the children of Israel will conquer the land before any of their harvest can be brought in for a tithe. And of course, Deuteronomy ends with the death of Moses, within sight of the promised land, but still needing to wait for Joshua to lead the people across the Jordan and on the next challenge and the next chapter of the story of our people. There's an important lesson to be learned from all these endings and beginnings. Within every ending is a call for us to begin again. Let me tell you a story from a long, long time ago. It was the year 70 CE. An old man sat amidst the smoke and ashes of a city which was once the shining symbol of God's reign upon the earth. But now it lay in ruins, its streets abandoned, desolate, as if the destruction had sapped all hope from the city. And yet there he sat, on the edge of this devastation, scraping through the ashes, struggling to plant a tree in arid soil. The walls of Jerusalem had been struck down. The temple of our God had been set in flames. And when it was over, the people had fled in fear. The Romans pounded salt into the earth so that nothing would ever grow in our holy city again. And yet here he sat, this ancient Jew, struggling in the desert sun to plant a tiny tree amidst the ash and the rubble of what was once a fruitful field. As he scraped at the earth with a broken piece of pottery, a Roman general passed by on horseback and stopped to wonder at the sight. He stared in disbelief, and then he broke out into a chorus of laughter. "Old man," he said, "you're a fool. You'll never see that tiny tree bear fruit." The old man looked up from his digging, and he said, "I came not into a world of desolation. My parents planted trees, and their parents' parents before them. Just as I have eaten of the fruit of the generations who brought before me, so shall my children and my children's children eat of the tree that I plant this day." The Roman general looked out upon the ruined city, and then back to the sight of this old man planting a tree, seeds for a generation of his children who were yet to be born. He'd won the war, but he'd lost something greater. For having destroyed a city, he had discovered something indestructible within its walls. And today, Imperial Rome is just a memory, while the Jewish people lives on and on. The challenges that we face today are real, and they are daunting. So much of our lives seems to have stopped, been postponed, come to an end. But with each ending comes a call for a new beginning. If we can be strong, if we can strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek, and together we can heal this broken world. We can draw strength from our adversities, just as we as a people have done so for generations, just as we in our generation can do so just as well. May we draw strength from one another as we build a better future for our families, for our faith, and for our world. May we in our generation be reminded and remembered for the seeds that we bear and plant, despite the difficulties of these days, seeds of righteousness and of justice that will bear fruit for generations yet to come. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
וזאת התורה שעשה משה לבני בני ישראל. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל. על פי אדוני ביד משה, ביד משה. על פי אדוני ביד משה, ביד משה. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לבני בני ישראל. מצרים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מיושר. מצרים היא למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מיושר. שלום, 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 שלom. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
We turn now to the Aleinu, which can be found in the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We think of our loved ones, whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those who we've drawn into our hearts with our own. This week in our congregation, we remember particularly the names of Lonnie Nafuzi, Jeanette N. Sugarman, Leonard Berlow, Cecil Cowan, Emmanuel Fine, Nathan Graver, Paula Spatz, Selma B. Levy, Saul P. Schwartz, Bess Goldberg, Calvin Rouse, Betty Jean Cohen, Pete Myers, Joseph M. Waterman, Alfred Frank Jr., Bill Rapport, Lee L. Perlman, Irvin Goldstein, Dorothy Lobel Pell, Shirley Beyer Brill, Frida Small, Rebecca S. Judah, Beatrice Schwartz, Sugar P. Hanisch, Merle Winner, Raquel Feller, Phil Kaplan, David Lerner, Lois Haskell Traeger, Natalie Divac, Maurice Cohen, Saul Pone, Rivian Greenberg, Cynthia Jennings Klein, Cindy Klein, Fred Fleischacker, and one who died in recent days, Douglas Newt. Zichronam livracha. May all their memories be for blessing as we rise for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, balma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, bagala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabam b'vorach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudisha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, amen. Please join us in our closing song, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom bimromah, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromah, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromah, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, V'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromah, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. V'yimru
Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazak. When we finish the Torah, we wish ourselves, we bless ourselves by saying, be strong, and together we will be strong. May it be a week, a month, a year, when we will experience that. May we'll experience being strong as individuals and together as a community, together as a nation, being even stronger. Adonai our God, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to all our bodies, to all our souls, to all our minds. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.